All right, guys, we're at the end of 2020. I'm gonna talk about everything I learned in this crazy year of 2020.
Cracka Lack on the track.
As you can see, I'm all dressed up, so you know what that means.
What?
It means that I'm gonna do my recap. What's up, music entrepreneurs? My name is Cracka Lack. Welcome back to Cracka Lack TV. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about everything that I learned in this crazy year of 2020, and I'm also gonna walk you guys through everything that I did this year. 2020 is gonna be something that people are gonna be talking about for a long time, and it's definitely something that we're gonna be talking about for the next 10 minutes, I can guarantee that. Make sure you watch until the end to hear everything that goes into the most important thing that I learned this year. All right, so top of the year, everything started off just like usual. I was shooting a lot of music videos, putting out a lot of vlogs, studio sessions, making beats. Went down to Indianapolis, linked up with Chucky Work Clothes, made some beats, and started filming a documentary for him. What's up, Indianapolis? Some crazy shit just happened.
We started doing shows.
After that, we went out to LA.
What's up?
King Crook, West Coast hip hop.
Your growth, I feel like.
I almost died in Colorado.
Cracka Lack.
And then boom, out of nowhere, this thing called COVID hits and the world is shut down. So that leads me to the first thing that I'm gonna talk about that I learned this year, and it's adapting. A lot has changed, and the people that are still winning were able to adapt. You don't play victim, you utilize the resources you have. And when quarantine happened, the thing that all of us had was time. I hope that each and every one of you watching this video has something to show from how you utilize that extra time you had during quarantine. For me, for the first time in years, I was caught up on everything, and it was like, man, what are all the things that I wanted to do, that I knew I could do, should do, I just didn't have time to do it, and one of those was start a podcast. So I started my podcast, Free Game with Crack.
Burning drive and hunger in their stomach.
Major facts, bro.
Music video I've ever shot in my life.
Negative energy from other people.
I was able to put out 10 episodes, and I'm currently in the process of scheduling my next 10 to 20 episodes for 2021. A podcast is a dope networking tool, and it allows you to get access to people that maybe you wouldn't have had access to if you didn't have a platform such as a podcast. I mean, who doesn't like talking about themselves? That's what you're doing. You're asking them, hey man, will you be a guest on my podcast? I'd like to talk to you about who you are and what you do. I'm very interested in your story, and I feel like my audience would connect with it. If you guys have checked out any of the Free Game with Crack podcasts, let me know in the comments and just put free game. Also during quarantine, I was joking with my girl. I was saying I got smarter. I consumed a lot of content. There was things that I was looking up. I was thinking of different ways to make money remotely through the internet. I learned a lot about ads, and in the future I plan on sharing information about running ads and promoting and growing your brand. Let me know in the comments if that sounds interesting, and I'll do future videos talking about ads. When my studio opened back up, the demand for studio time was crazy.
This is a really important milestone accomplishment. It's a transitional phase of my life.
And that leads me to expanding my team. So I own Crack House Recording Studio here in Lansing, Michigan, and I now have 2 other studio engineers that run sessions here at the Crack House. Also Malik, who normally films a lot of these YouTube videos and the behind the scenes content, he's running the social media for it. So I'm very excited for the way that things are going with Crack House Recording Studio. And then my plans for next year is to offer mixing and mastering services to people all over. Now YouTube, I started the year off at 20,000 subscribers. As you guys can see, I'm currently floating around 40,000 subscribers, which means I doubled my YouTube subscribers in 1 year. If you're interested or want me to talk more about kind of how I grew my YouTube this year and doubled my subscribers in 1 year, again, let me know in the comments. I make these videos to help you guys out. All right, so last year in 2019, I put together my first ever music video tour, where for about 7 days, I went to a different city or state each day, and I booked 1 or 2 music videos, and I linked up with a lot of artists. My plan for this year was to go bigger and better and do like a whole month, different city and state every single day, and book a music video or more every single day. When COVID hit, that kind of killed that, but I still managed to do a mini tour where the first day I went to Indianapolis, Indiana.
God bless you.
That corona.
The second day I went to Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where I filmed a video that I think a lot of you found me from, which was how to shoot a music video with your phone tutorial. This video was my first ever YouTube video of just me that hit 100,000 views. So that's a big deal for me. I appreciate you guys for watching that video. Again, let me know in the comments future video topics or suggestions or things that you want me to cover, so that way I can help you guys out some more. So if all you have right now is just your phone, use your phone. Just look over at the camera.
I know we've got a phone, but usually it's a real camera.
Then I went to Chattanooga, Tennessee. I filmed a wedding.
Which way are the hoes at?
The where?
The hoes?
Oh. Yeah, you got me on that one.
Okay.
I've never heard it called that. But anyway, welcome to Chattanooga.
Thank you.
Then the next stop was Knoxville, Tennessee, and that's where I shot my first ever country music video for Katie Noel. But I can officially say I shot my first country music video. Let's talk about fulfillment. Prior to quarantine, my life was very, well, I guess it's always very action-packed and fast-paced, but it 100% revolved around customers. All day, every day, I was doing work for customers, whether it was making a beat for an artist, shooting a music video for an artist,
Man, that shit's dope.
doing a studio session for an artist, or editing videos for artists. And I kind of put anything that had to do with just me, like making YouTube content like this was always on the back burner. And I would just do this once in a while when I would have some free time. But once I was shut down, not shooting music videos, the studio shut down, I'm not doing any sessions, all I had was time. I fell in love with the fact of waking up every single day with a full to-do list that revolved 100% around myself. And from that, I learned that there's some things that we do to make a living, and then there's some things that we do to make us feel like we're living. And the fulfillment that I get from doing things for me, helping other people, being that shortcut, that cheat code, like getting the feedback from you guys, that's fulfillment that I never really had like that before until this year on my YouTube channel. Now, talking about fulfillment and being inspired and motivated, there's a guy that I look up to, and he goes by the name of Charlie Rocket. I met him in Las Vegas. I'm about to meet Charlie Rocket.
What's up, man? My boy, what's up, man?
Nice to meet you. I'm like, that's fulfillment.
Yes, fulfillment. For real, bro.
Now, I did a lot of work with Chucky Work Clothes. Shout out to Chucky if you're watching this. Shout out to Team Insomniac. We went out to the West Coast, and he had me shoot a music video for a hip hop icon, Crooked Eye, AKA King Crooked.
Shout out Cracka Lack, West Coast, salute.
Then we went to LA. Now that the West Coast was done, it was time to go to the East Coast. Went out to Pittsburgh, then we hit New York City. I shot a scene for a music video in the center of Times Square. Then we went to Philly just to get a cheesesteak and also to shoot a music video. And that's where I did the how to shoot a storyline music video tutorial.
I almost got hit by a bus in Philly.
Linked up with a big artist named Speed Gang a few times, making some beats for him. Now, the country music video that I mentioned for Katie Noel, that went really well. And Katie reached out to me this time to shoot 3 music videos in 3 days.
3, 2, 1. Look at the camera. There you go.
I ended the year going back to the West Coast with Chucky. This time we went to Salt Lake City, Utah, and pretty much kind of all over Nevada. I think it's time to talk about the most important thing that I learned this year. Prior to quarantine, jobs seemed like the safe route. Doing this whole music entrepreneur, whether you shoot music videos, you're a music artist, you're a music producer, you're an entrepreneur. This is business, you're self-employed. There's no guaranteed hourly rate just for showing up. A lot of people lost a lot of money. A lot of people questioned their job security. And a lot of people started looking up side hustles and ways to make more money. And that is what leads to being a music entrepreneur, having more than one hustle, more than than one source of income. The average millionaire has 7 sources of income. And when you're coming up and you want to go full time, whether it's shooting music videos, being a music artist, being a music producer, you got to have more than one stream of income. So it helps a lot knowing how to do more than one thing, so you're not missing out on money. So as you see on my channel, yes, I make the beats. Yes, I own the studio and offer the recording, mixing, and mastering for the songs. Then I shoot the music videos. I do a lot more, but those 3 main things right there, if right now you know how to do one of those, I highly encourage you to learn how to do a second, maybe even a third. Really embrace that music entrepreneur mindset, the music hustler. I plan on flooding you guys with lots of music entrepreneur content, knowledge about building your brand and learning different skills and different ways that you guys can make some money. Music videos. You guys know, if you shoot music videos, you gotta have a reel where you highlight the best scenes from all the music videos you shot this year. So here is my 2020 music video director reel. Check it out.
Cracka Lack on the track.
I say this every year when I do these recaps that, man, I shot a lot of music videos this year. My plan for next year is to do less videos, but better videos. And so that leads to obviously increasing your pricing for your services. And still the following year, I end up shooting about the same music videos, which is a good thing for business. But again, my plans for next year is to shoot less videos, even if it's half or a third of the videos, but shoot better videos. Yes, this means I'm gonna charge more for the music videos, but what I've learned over the years is there's a certain price point where where anything under this is a low budget music video. And this year, I've had a lot of fun shooting music videos with bigger budgets, and I'm really happy with the way that those came out. And a lot of the budget goes down to, you know, we gotta travel here to get this shot. I'm picturing this type of scene. We gotta rent out this place to get that shot. We need these things for the music video. Those things cost money. That's the type of music videos that I plan on shooting going forward. I still plan on doing more of the cheap, easy, simple music videos, strictly to get a tutorial out of it to show you guys. I know that most of you watching these videos are probably struggling with creative ways to do good videos with very limited to low or no budget. And that's why that phone music video tutorial is doing so well. Next year, expect more content. I'm bringing an editor on to help me with the workload of editing these videos so that way I can consistently put out more videos for you guys. I honestly feel like I've only shared maybe 4 to 5% of what I have to offer, and sometimes just thinking of all the topics and ideas and stuff that could be YouTube videos, it can be overwhelming. And so I want to just get the videos knocked out, but editing them is what takes the most time. Collabs, lots of big collabs coming up. Let me know in the comments, what YouTubers do you guys watch that you would like to see me collab with in future videos? Let me know in the comments. Now, my main goal, my New Year's resolution last year for this year was to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Obviously, I came up a little short, but going forward next year, I'm definitely aiming for the plaque to get 100,000 subscribers. And then also speaking team-wise, my #1 goal for next year is to pay out over 6 figures as far as employees or members on my team, you know, just putting back into the business. 6 figures, that's my goal. I wanna know, what is your guys' #1 goal, your New Year's resolution, the one main thing that you wanna get out of next year? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell if you're not already. Follow me on Instagram at Cracka_Lack. I'll see you guys next video. Cracka Lack TV. We out.